Hey there, busy working women. I know you've got a lot of people counting on you, a lot of things on your plate, a lot of people who need your support, your ideas, your passion, your love, your patience. And sometimes it feels really tricky to be there for other people and to take care of ourselves along the way. So in this video, I would love to kind of chat about that. I think it can be a lot simpler than we make it. And it's not your fault, of course. You're super smart, right? You know all the things you need to do for yourself. Just sometimes there's a lot of different information and you're trying to figure out what's the best for you, and you've tried a lot of different things and they haven't quite worked out, or maybe they haven't worked out at all, and then it causes you to doubt yourself, to doubt what's right for you, what it is you need to do to help yourself, and then you end up reaching and grabbing for a lot of different more exotic and more complicated systems and processes out there, when really the issue, in my opinion, is that we just haven't figured out how to make habits out of the basics of health and wellness. So if I was to stop you in the middle of the street and say, what are the handful of things, the 5 or 6 things that you need to do, 7 things you need to do in order to take care of yourself? And here, what's the qualification for taking care of yourself? Right? I mean, all of this is really nice, eating well and exercising or stretching like I'm doing now. That's all really nice, but what's it for, right? How do you know if the things that you're doing are worth your time and energy? Like, what is it what's the real outcome that you're looking for? And really, I believe that's to have the mental and physical energy that you need to go out and take care of the important people and things in your life. If you feel like you're mentally and physically strong enough to take care of things at the beginning of the day and do it at a super high level at the end of the day, most busy women would feel really good about that, right? So that's going to be our qualifier in this conversation, right? So if I said to you, what do you need to do to take care of yourself? And taking care of yourself is that you feel excited about how you've handled everything in the day. What would you say? Well, when I ask my clients in the office, they say, well, I need to make sure that I'm eating well. I need to get some more sleep. I need to drink more water. I need to exercise and stretch regularly. They know the things that they need to do to take care of themselves. And, I call those things the basics of health and wellness. Those are foundational, right? There's no way to exercise a lot, but then not get the hydration that you need and still feel mentally and physically strong and excited about how you show up for the people and the projects that you care about, right? You can't stretch, but never do exercise and still have the mental and physical energy that you need. You can't exercise a lot and not sleep at night, right? So it's not your fault. You already know what it is that you need to do to take care of yourself. I'm 100% sure about that. So what's the problem? I think the problem in my years of working with women's health issues in my office, 18, 19 years now, I think the real problem is that we just haven't figured out how to make habits out of those basics. Habits, right? Like, I always use the example of tying your shoes. When you're tying your shoes, you've been doing that for 30, 40, 50, 60 years, 70 years, right? So no one has to help you remember to tie your shoes. You just do it. Same thing with brushing your teeth. Same thing with driving to work. Like, you just do it. Sometimes you don't even realize that you drove and you arrive and there you are, right? So what if drinking water, not even just drinking water, because that's an activity to get you to the outcome. Being fully hydrated is what is energizing to our brain and to our body, being fully energized. So drinking water is a tool that you use to get to that mental and physical energy. But to be really fully hydrated, what if we were able to do that and we never had to think twice about it? It's just how you live your life. Having a water bottle around that tells you that you know exactly how much water you're getting every time you fill that up and drink it. And it just happens. You're getting half your body weight in ounces or more, right? 5 or 6 of these is just how you live your life. And you recognize how much better you feel when you have the water than when you don't. That's an interesting thought process for me, right? If you have the basics of health and wellness down pat as habits, exercise, stretching, hydration, appropriate amounts and high quality sleep, if you could do those, nutritious food, if you could do those things without struggling over them, without trying to figure it out every time, without feeling like you failed and you got to start again, but it just happens. You just do it, just like tying your shoes. Wouldn't that be really exciting? Think about how much time and effort you would save throughout the day. It's a ton, right? How much time do I see my clients struggling over, trying to figure out what to eat every day, what to prepare for themselves and their family? Tons of time thinking about it all day long. How about when you're ready to exercise? When you're ready to exercise, you start thinking of, am I going to do it today? What am I going to do? Where am I going to do it? How long am I going to do it? I don't really feel like it. I know I have to? And then you're trying to force yourself. It's a lot of time and effort. A lot of mental energy goes into just trying to get yourself there. But what if you could do that without having to struggle over it? You could wear flip-flops for 2 or 3 months and then still come back and tie your shoes with no problem. That's a pretty exciting thought.